We're here at Conwell Egan High School getting ready as Neshaminy takes on your Conwell Egan Eagles. I'm Dan Connor, joined here with Steven Slifka and Brendan King. And this will be our first spring game of the year. We're used to being inside, so a little bit of a different setup here for us today. So we are working with that. We're going to do our best as we get used to the new internet settings out here, as well as the different dimensions of where we are going to set our cameras up and our graphics on our screen. This JV team went 11-3 last season, doing outstanding throughout that time, really committing to each other as both a team and a group as well, as they were easily able to adapt under Coach TJ, and it will be nothing different here. So, guys, as they come out, it's their first scrimmage game of the year, coming off of 11-3 season. What do you expect to see from them here tonight?
I expect to see a strong Conwell Egan team. They ended the year last year really good, and I'm hoping to see that portrayed into this year.
All right, and they are looking to expand as they have quite a few different players on the roster this year. Some over from Father Judge, others have now since graduated and have moved on to their respective colleges. We'll take a quick break here on your Eagle Eye Network, and we'll be right back with your first pitch. Back here in the Eagle Eye Network, and a starting pitcher for today's game is going to be Chris Kane. Kane last season had a 525 earned run average, struck out 6, walked 17, but in just 17 innings pitched. So he needs to bring down that walk number here, Steve. And if you're going to bring down the walk number at your opening start here for scrimmage, what do you think is key for that right now?
You just have to get the ball across the mound and pitch what gets told and just be consistent with your pitches. Consistency is key in a pitch.
You definitely need to be consistent throughout the time, and you also need to make sure that you're following through with those pitches, something that Kane struggled with a little early on last season. We don't really have a lineup here from the Neshaminy. Not all teams will share them with us before the start of a game, just due to the timing of creating their lineup. So we'll refer to all of our the Neshaminy players here this afternoon simply by the number that they wear on their back. We see a familiar face out there behind the plate umpire-wise for this Conwell Egan Eagles team. It is an umpire who, if there was any hometown calling, you may get it from this guy. He's not going to move a whole lot out from behind the plate, and he usually calls things for that home team. And today, we will see a defensive lineup that looks a little bit different than last season. We will see Freitag in center, Laverty, who's over from Judge at second base. Dane will be back behind the plate and catching. Marriott will be at first base, and a freshman, Sebastian, will be over at third. Colin Edwards, who split time between a JV and varsity last year, and will do the same here this season as at shortstop. Chase Yost will be our designated hitter. He spent most of last year as the bullpen catcher for this Conwell Egan team. And in left field will be Colin Norbick. And The EH being check that. It was a quick change here. That's what I was looking at. The EH will be Colin Norbeck. In left field will be O'Brien, another freshman. And over in right will be Chase Demai. We expect to see pitching from Kane, Stout, Marriott, and then after that, it's a little bit of a question mark. We may see Wright come in or Edwards. And if we have to, we'll see Johnson coming in for Kane, or Dane rather, when he gets on base as Johnson will pitch run for him. We will see pitch runners here at the high school level that allows everyone to kind of get back, take a breather regarding the pitcher and the catcher so that they can be ready as we get into the next inning. As they finish up ground rules, we'll take another quick break here in your Eagle Eye Network. All right, ready to get this ball game underway. Neshaminy High School will lead it off with a left-hander as he steps in the batter's box. He'll be ready against lefty with Chris Keene on the mound. It is number 4 that steps into the box. We're ready for the first ball game of the season here. Here's the windup in the first pitch. It's a ball that's going to be low and outside. It's 1-0. Chris Keene, while he did struggle a little bit with the 9 innings that he was on the mound last year, he was a key part of this offense with a 469 average throughout the season and a 500 on base percentage. As that one sails outside, it's 2-0. Kane last year struggled to follow through on the commitments of his pitch as he was a strike thrower early on, and then throughout the game, things seem to slow down as the 2-0 grabs the outside corner for a called strike. It's 2-1. Wind up in a 2-1 home. And that's going to hit him. So he will reach on a hit by a pitch as number 4, and that's how we'll start this ball game. Well, the umpire changed his mind there. He signaled a walk, but he actually says it tipped the bat on the way in. So we'll stay. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now it looks like 3-1. You'll learn quickly from this umpire that not always going to get the quick call there. That one's inside ball 4. So he'll reach on a walk rather. So a runner on first here, and a little bit of a lead over there. Setting up on the outside corner here is Dane. So wind up in the pitch. High and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Number 7 is there. Here's the pitch. That one over behind his back. And it is 2-0. So a rough start here, Steve, for Kane on the mound. How does he get himself together here early on?
Well, he just needs to be confident with his pitching. I mean, he's throwing 4 balls already, which resulted in a walk. He just needs to be confident and consistent, like I said earlier, on his pitches.
There goes the runner. The throw down the second is on 1 bounce, but not in time. So a stolen base there for number 4. And that pitch there was outside. Kane glanced at second, keeping an eye on the runner there. Fires a pitch home. That gets away from the runner to advance. He rounds third, but he'll wisely stop. Runners at the corners now. Dane going out to calm his pitcher down there. Here's a windup and a pitch here. Backs him out of the way there. Does 29. It's 1 ball and no strikes. So, guys, we see consistent balls inside, balls off the plate behind. How's a strike? Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that finds its way in there. The pitch home. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. So Kane getting a strikeout there after a walk. And we got one out here. Runners now at second and third. Foul ball there. So it's no balls, one strike here. Here's the windup in the 0-1. Here's a breaking ball that glides outside. It's 2-0. One ball, one strike to count here. Kane cranks and fires a 1-1 home that glides inside, so it's 2 balls and a strike. The corners are in here for Conwell Egan as they're trying to prevent a run from scoring. The second baseman and the shortstop almost on that outfield grass as they're playing a little bit deeper into the field. 2-2 delivery. The breaking ball that glides outside. Kane comes set on the mound. Cranks and fires a pitch home. It's a high fly ball into center field. Freitag takes a couple steps back. He's under it, makes the grab. That's the second out. A run will score, though, and it will be 1-0 to Neshaminy. So it will be a fly out to center field. And a 1-0 lead for Neshaminy High School as number 27 steps to the plate. Chris Kane digging his cleat back in on the mound there after getting the numbers from Coach TJ. TJ will throw a series of numbers out there to his pitchers so that they have the pitchers, no signs, but numbers rather, as that one glides in on the plate. It's 1-0. Kane comes set on the mound. Here's the 1-0. It's a ground ball to third base. It's a fair ball. Sebastian has it, fires over to first in time. Out number 3. So no runs on a walk, a strikeout, and then they fly out to center field. As we head to the bottom of the first inning, it's 1-0 to Neshaminy High School. Back here in your Eagle Eye Network, here's your starting lineup for the Conwell Egan Eagles. Batting first in center field is going to be Freitag. Second at second is Laverty. Third in catching is Austinberry. Fourth in at first is Marriott. Fifth in at third is Monteballo. Fifth rather at shortstop is sixth at shortstop is Edwards. Seventh in designated hitting is Yost. Eighth in the last minute change, not in left field, but the EH this afternoon is Norvik. Ninth in your left fielder is O'Brien. And 10th and in right field is Demine. 1-0 after a walk and a strikeout. And guys, if you're Conwell Egan, Brendan, how do you come back out to get yourselves right back into this game?
I think we just got to show off some consistent hitting one after another, try to get each other on base as fast as possible, just to try to catch up to what Neshaminy's showing.
All right, so yeah, you got to get on base. You got to make sure that you're able to not only catch up with them, but you want to make the right decisions. Swing at the right pitches, and not kind of get in your own head. And that's something that Egan did very well last year. And while it's not a good thing, they were able to get in their own head plenty of times throughout the game. There's a lefty on the mound here for Neshaminy High School. To wind up in the first pitch of the home half is in there for a called strike at the letters. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count with Danny Freitag in. Wind up the pitch to him is on the inside corner, belt high. Freitag not liking the call. Count moves to 1 ball, no balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball that looked like it was there, but just outside, says the home plate umpire. It's 1-2. Only 1 umpire for JV games. You will get 2 for varsity. Makes it that much more challenging as a home plate umpire with the fast pace of a high school game. The 1-2 pitch is a ground ball to the second baseman. It skips in there, slows down on the grass, fires over to first in time. Out number 1. So 4-3 there on the put out. That will bring along now Laverty. Laverty over from Fowler Judge High School. Laverty, a left-handed hitter here. Wind up with a pitch to him. His inside gets away from the catcher and back. 1 ball and no strikes. Laverty coming over from Father Judge. He played under Coach Barry, who is now here with us at Conwell Egan up at the varsity level. Guys, how hard is it to transition from one team to another? We see it happen all the time in Major League Baseball. How difficult is it here at the high school level? How do you come over with this different play scheme, right? He obviously is coming over and has to get used to something new where your head coach Tate who came over with a new scheme as we have a 3-on-1 count. And it's definitely an adjustment period. You got to get used to your teammates, get used to playing with one another and that communication out there in the field. Here's the pitch. It's a line drive ball over the shortstop's head in the left field for a base hit. So a 1-out single there for Laverty. And just like that, the Eagles are on base. And here comes Dane Austinberry. Dane, a right-handed hitting catcher here. He caught for Conwell Egan the majority of last season, with the exception of maybe a few games, but for the most part, he was back there. There goes Laverty. Here's the throw down as that was outside, and he is safe at second base. So a stolen base there and a 1-0 count. And Laverty, just like that, puts himself into scoring position. Brendan, how important is that, getting yourself in a scoring position when you're already down by 1?
I think it's incredibly important, especially for Conwell Egan being down by 1. I mean, if they can score this, they can tie the game up, and maybe with a few extra runners, they can then pull a lead ahead.
He bunts there. It's left out in front. Nobody was covering first, so he's safe at first. The throw it back to third. Laverty's in there diving. And we have runners at the corners now with 1 out here in the home half of the first. Runners at the corner. Here's the wind of the pitch. There goes the runner. They are going to, no, it looked like they were going to throw down. Goes right back to the pitcher. Laverty stuck down. Call him in a rundown. He's running, and he's tagged out there. And then we will have the second out of the inning, a bid judgment call there by Laverty on the base path. Dean, who bunted and is now waiting on the bench due to him being the catcher. And we see Johnson on second base, who is going to be the pinch runner for him today. There's Marriott at the plate here. Ethan Marriott, a very good hitter, finds himself on base, but unfortunately at times has struggled to stay on the base path. He was picked off a few times last season. He worked on that over the offseason, he stated, and he's ready. So he was leaning a little too much, going to do a better job at watching the feet and then the pitcher and all together so that he can easily find his way back to the bag on a throw over. So runner in scoring position here, 2 outs. The pitch is outside for another ball. Lined up in a pitch home. Is on the corner for a called strike there. Comes set on the mound, fires it. Inside and low there to Marriott. 3 balls and a strike now. Ethan looking to drive Johnson home there. There's the pitch, swung on and missed. It's a full count now. He was just a little late there. Three balls, 2 strikes to count. There's the pitch. It's high. There goes the runner. He's safe as that ball hit him. There'll be runners at the corners now with 2 gone. Stepping to the plate now is Sebastian Maltonano. Sebastian, a freshman, so he's just getting used to the logistics of Egan baseball. Lined up in a pitch home. Is outside and low. 1 ball and no strikes. Sebastian, an excited freshman, as this was the talk of the day for him throughout the school days. He taps the outside corner with the bat. He can really make a name for himself early on as a freshman by driving in a runner from third and tying the game up. That one high 2 balls and no strikes. Two O delivery. Line drive right back to the pitcher. He snares it out of the air, and that's how we're ending the inning. So a hit, a runner caught between third and home. Here we go to the top of the second here. It's still 1-0. Back here in your Eagle Eye Network, it is the top of the second inning. The Eagles are down by 1 right now, and he had an opportunity to score there, guys, but then we saw Colin Laverty get caught between third and home after we had a runner that tried to steal second. How significant is that going to be moving forward, do you think, throughout this game?
In every sport, one play can change the whole game. He had a chance to score and tie up the game 1-1. Yeah, just not baseball. Every sport is one play changes the whole game, and that could be this case as Laverty got caught trying to go to home.
Line up with the pitch home. It's a strike on the inside corner there. It's 0-1. We saw a little bit of trouble for Chris Kane in the first inning. He's going to try to get himself into a groove. Do we think he needs to make any adjustments to get himself adjusted on the mound as we see the 0-1 home? And that one going all the way back.
I think it was just first game nerves and he was rusty. I think he's starting to get back in his groove. We saw at the end of the inning he did have a strikeout and throwing good strikes. But right here, he just threw a strike and he just needs to get back in his groove from last season.
That went over the head there behind the back. 2 balls and those strikes. 2 balls, 1 strike, rather. Kane cranks and fires a 2-1 home. Back to the cage again. It's 3 balls and a strike. So you can think of this almost as a spring training game for these guys, and we would like to are wondering how long Coach TJ will let Kane go. He gave us a list of pitchers today that are expected to go. He said that could change throughout. Here's the 3-1 from Chris, as that one is grounded down the third base line. It's a fair ball. Out in the left field it goes. He rounding first, but he'll stay there as that one comes in, but then a overthrow there, and it allows the runner to move up the second. So what was supposed to be an easy play there will wind up being a single and an E7 as he overthrew the cutoff man. And that will be the first error of the season here. Coming set on the mound there is Kane. He looks at second, takes a second look, and fires the pitch home. That's over the head there. It is a 1-0. Number 6 at the plate for Neshaminy High School. Coming set on the mound is Kane. Fires home another pitch. That's all grounded at the shortstop. He's going to throw it to third. Does Edwards, and he's out. He makes the tag. And that is the first out of the inning. So a smart play there to go to third. Able to get that lead runner. And we see number 6 reaching there on a fielder's choice. Number 15 into the box now. One out here. Here's the pitch. It's behind the hitter there. 1 ball and no strikes. Oh, the breaking ball that's going to miss high there. 2 balls and no strikes. Pitch gets away from the catcher there. The runner's going to advance. And that will put another runner in scoring position here for Neshaminy High School. Time called here by the umpire as Dane's going to go out to the mound. Glance at second base. That one got away. Here's the pitch. In there for a called strike. It appeared to be a little low, but we'll take it here. Glance at second by King. Fires another pitch home. That one again gets away for the catcher in between the legs. It's ball 4. The runner will advance to the third. It'll be a runner 90 feet away from home plate here for Neshaminy. So we look at what's going on right now. We see Chris Kane being very, very with his fastballs. He's getting his fastballs over the plate, but the breaking ball isn't there this afternoon. What adjustments are you going to make if your breaking ball is not there? I mean, you can't keep throwing the fastball down the heart of the plate, but how are you going to make that adjustment to keep guys off the base and keep your team in the game?
Honestly, if anything, right now, I think he has to communicate more with the catcher. The catcher's not catching every single ball. They got to communicate more between each other to make sure the ball's getting to the catcher and they can keep striking these people out.
Yeah, definitely communication. It does seem that the catcher's crossed up a little bit as that pitch is coming home. As we have a 1-0 count. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's in there for a called strike at the knees, and it's 1-1. Glance at first, coming set on the mound. There's Kane. Here's the 1-1 delivery. It's ball outside. Dane's going to throw down with a runner 90 feet away from home plate, and he possibly forgot he was there as that run will score. And it's now 2-0 Neshaminy. Guys, what's going through your mind right now if you're out there on the field after that misplay?
I just think that they need to get back into kind of a groove. They are losing 2-0 now. They need to get out of this inning quick as they can to refresh their mindset and just refresh, as they make a called out at first base to make that, I believe, 2 outs in this inning.
So indeed, 2 outs. Is there a little bobble there? So lined up at a pitch. It's a high fly ball in the shallow, on the shallow right side. The first baseman's under it, makes the grab, out. Number 3. So we are headed here to the bottom of the second inning with Egan down 2-0. Back here at bottom of the second inning, Cullen Edwards is going to lead it off for the Conwell Egan Eagles. He's a left-handed hitter. Edwards last season batted a .348 with 5 RBIs and a double to his credit. Lefty against lefty combination. Edwards looking to get something started for his team. He's expected to play in both JV and varsity games. As that one's failed back to the cage, it's 0-1. The ball's 1 strike to count. Chase Yost on deck. Comes set in the 1 strike delivery. Over the back there of Edwards, it's 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to count. Here's the delivery. That one hits him. So he's hit by a pitch there. He'll go down to first, and that'll bring along now Chase Yost. Yost batted at .286 last season with 2 RBIs. Edwards, we'll see if he goes after getting smacked square in the back with that one, as he is a fast player who normally will lean off the bag there just a little. Umpire checking on him down there, and he says he's ready to go. Fires over to first. He's back diving. Pitch to the plate. It's on the outside corner for a called strike. It's 0-1. Yost will have to prove himself here early on in the season in order to get some extra playing time and some at bats, as he spent most of his time last year as the bullpen catcher. Here's the one strike offering. It's right there again for a called strike. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count to Yost. 0-2 delivery. And right there called strike 3. So Yost goes down looking. And that will bring along Colin Norbick. Norbick did not have a hit last season. He's looking to get something started here. He spent much of last season, though, out with an injury to that right elbow. Guys, so you've both been there. You've done that with various sports and injury. How important is it for you to come back strong that next season?
I mean, with coming out of the season, coming back from injury, you have to prove yourself because you didn't have much time to prove yourself last year. He has to just show what he's made of and show that he is better than before.
Here's the pitch home. It's outside there, 1-1. The Neshaminy bench wanting to call, but they're not going to get it. Probably closer than some of the other pitches there. Here's the pitch. The ground ball to the right side, into the hole and into right field. So there's a hit for Norbick. So runners at first and second now with one gone. Here's Michael O'Brien, a freshman now. He has runners at first and second. Another player that has the opportunity to prove himself here. He squares, offers at it, but misses for a called strike. It's 0-1. Pitch home and squaring again, bunts it, this time right back to the pitcher. Pitcher has it, fires it to third. He's out at third base. And that's a 4. So Norbick up to second. O'Brien will reach on a fielder's choice, and that brings along Chase Demai with 2 gone.
I believe that was the wrong call there by the umpire. He looked pretty safe to me. Demai here looking at his first bat of the game as the pitcher.
Demai last year playing in 12 different games. Wind up in the pitch. It's low, 1-0. The pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. That one looked like it was a little further off the plate. Is 1-1. One ball, one strike, outside and low, 2-1. Conwell Egan trailing by 1 here. It is 1-0, 2 outs. They're threatening right now with runners at first and second. Cranks and fires. Is a ball that's going to be bounced down the first base side and foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes there to D-My now. Hey, did D-My go back to the top of the order to Danny Freitag, who grounded out the second his first time around. Two balls, 2 strikes. D-My looking to keep the inning alive here. Wind up the pitch. Swing and a miss. Shuck him out. So a little bit of action here for the Eagles in their half of the second. We're going to go to the top of the third. They still trail by 2. Back here, top of the third inning, Conwell Egan trailing right now 2-0. Back to the top of the order now with number 4. So this is the second time through for this Neshaminy High School team. And right now, Brendan, if you think the second time through, we had a little bit of a wild start that first time around for Chris. Or is the Neshaminy team going to be more aggressive, or do you think they're going to be more laid back as they see him for the second
Honestly,
time?
right now, with their big lead so far, I think they're going to try to be a little more laid back. It could come back to hurt them, but other than that.
It could come back out there, and right, you're going to be a little bit laid back, wait for pitches, and we saw that one there quickly lined out to call him that shortstop for the first out of the inning. Number 7 to the plate now. Here's the windup and the pitch home. The breaking ball that misses high. It's 1-0. Digging on base his last time through. The pitch is a high fly ball down the left field side, hooking foul and out of play. So it's no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Hits him. Short reach after being hit by a pitch. It's the second batter that Kane has hit this afternoon. Number 29 to the plate now. Glance at first base there by Kane. He has a little bit of a significant lead with the mitt on. Here's the pitch. It's a high fly ball foul over the first base dugout and out of play. 0-1. So Chris Kane struggling with his command here after hitting the second batter, and not intentional at all, as some of the fans thought down there on the Neshaminy side. Kane glanced at first, the 1-strike pitch, swung on and missed, throw down the second. It's not going to be in time. So a stolen base there. And an 0-2 count here at the plate.
Neshaminy has been very aggressive coming out of this third inning. They're stealing bases, and they're not backing down as they only have a 2-0 lead.
2-0 lead, looking to add more with the 0-2 count at the plate. Stepping off of the mound there is Kane, as he's not liking the call there. A different set of numbers. Here's the pitch home. That one. Back behind him again. It's 1-2. One, two. Swing and a miss. Shuck 'em out. 2 gone now. And that'll bring along 27.
Even though they're having a lead, it looks like frustration for Neshaminy.
Here's the pitch home. It's a line driver, skip there to shortstop. Edwards has it, fires over to first in time. Out number 3. So a quieter inning here and a better defensive inning for the Eagles. We are headed to the bottom of the third, and they're looking to get on the board as they're down by 2. Back here is bottom of the third inning, rather, but back to the top of the order with Danny Freitag. He's 0 for 1 today. He grounded out to second base his last time through. Freitag batting a .382 last year. Brendan, how does he get something started here for the Eagles?
I think he has to just show off some confidence with this first swing as soon as he can make one. I mean, if he can get on to first or even second base, I think that'll really give the team some confidence to start playing well.
They always need that one player that's going to come out, give you that little boost of confidence, and hopefully get you into the game again. As the 1-0s fouled out of the play there, it is 1-1.
He needs to get in scoring position soon because the lead for Neshaminy is going to just keep getting larger and larger if they don't connect on the bat soon.
1-1 offering outside, 2 balls and no strikes, and we will see a couple different pitchers go in. We might have just saw Chris Kane's last innings there, as we did see a couple players go over to the bullpen. The bullpen is behind our booth, so we don't know exactly if they're ready or not, as we had a 2-1 home. That's outside and back to the cage, 3 balls and a strike. Three one, and we saw Freitag take an early swing in his first at bat, but he's doing a better job here of laying back and seeing a few more pitches. The 3-1 home, high ball 4. So Freitag draws a walk, and that'll be a base runner here for the Eagles, and that'll bring along the Father Judge prospect, Colin Laverty. Here's the windup and a pitch to Laverty's inside to throw down the second on the steal. It skips over to second baseman's glove, so we have a runner in scoring position here. All right, guys, where's the gap out there on the field right now? Where does Colin need to put this ball to give the Eagles the best chance of scoring here?
He needs to put this ball over the fence.
Let's think realistically small ball for a second. We know that's not, it could happen. Home run could happen, but let's think small ball. Where are we going with
I think he needs a line drive right over the pitcher's head. I see a bunch of green grass through the second baseman and the outfielder. If he strikes it down there, that could get Danny to come home for Egan's first points.
Definitely get Danny to come home as you squared and 1-1 now as he pulled back. 1-1 offering. Inside and low, 2 balls and 1 strike now. Center fielder playing a little bit more towards left field now. If Laverty could poke this one when to the right side, as there's a huge gap, the 2-1 offering fell back to the screen here. It's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Runner in scoring position for the Eagles. Two delivery home. Breaking ball that misses outside. It's a full count. He'll choke up on the bat a little bit here, staying a little bit closer to the plate. As that's Coach TJ's model. With a full count, move a little bit closer to the plate as it takes away much of that inside area. The 3-2 fouled off, so we'll do it again. Back into the box, there's Laverty. He's closer to the plate this time. Cranks and fires us in the Neshaminy pitcher, and this one rolled to the right side. The first baseman backhands. It's going to be a race to the bag, and he's safe at first. Laverty beat it out. There'll be runners at the corners. An infield single for him. And the Eagles got the momentum. You hear their bench, and they're right back into the ball game.
That's exactly what Colin Laverty needed to do. He needs to bring momentum to Colin Egan's bench, and with that energy and momentum, it could make Dane Osterberry hit a line drive or even a pop fly to get Danny Freitag home.
Freitag 90 feet away from home plate. Here's Osterberry now. Glance at first. Here's the pitch. It's on the inside corner. Throw down the second. Here comes the runner home. It's thrown home, and he is safe at home. And Laverty goes over to third as the catcher is not paying attention. The Eagles are on the board. They now trail by 1. They throw down a second on his steal there. Freitag comes in to score as he slid under the tag, and Larity able to move over to third there when the catcher was not paying attention, and Larity making up from last inning as he was able to move around the bases after he was caught between third and home. That pitch is outside there. I believe it is 2-0. 2-0 delivery. High and in, 3 balls and no strikes rather. Delivery. Foul ball to the right side and out of play. 3 balls and 1 strike. Two and two now. Sorry. It doesn't matter. There's Dane's hit by the pitch, and the pitchers are going to share a couple hit batters here. Stepping to the plate now is Marriott. Marriott walked his last time through.
It looks like there's frustration between this catcher and pitcher as the catcher's trying to hype him up, bring his energy up. Conwell Egan's bullpen and bench is a factor in this game as their energy is very high and they're putting a lot of pressure here on Neshaminy's team, let alone pitcher.
Now we begin to see that shift in momentum here kind of early on. As the Eagles are down by 1 right now, they have runners at the corners here with still nobody out in the inning. Meaning at the mound over there, at least from the coach, the players are still hanging out as they're coming up with something. City infield playing about halfway in at second base and third, as shortstop in his normal position, and the first baseman holding the runner on the bag over there at first. So wind up with a pitch home. It's low and inside to Marriott. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Marriott last season batting a .353, so he found themselves on the base pass quite often last season. As a pitch home, as a chopper down the third base side, it is a foul ball. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to count. 1-1 delivery. There goes the runner. It's down the heart of the plate to throw down the second. He's safe. Here comes the runner home to throw to the plate. In time. Runner will race to third. He appeared to be safe at home. Larity out at home. Coach TJ's will have a conversation here. He did appear to be safe. All right, what do you think, guys? Safe or out?
I think that he appears safe in this situation. The coach looks very frustrated with that call, talking to the umpire afterwards. But I do think it was safe. How about you?
I agree. That looked safe to me. I mean, if the umpire decides, we can't really argue it, but it looks safe to me.
It's a hard call to make.
All right, 1 ball, 2 strikes to County Mariota, and probably but definitely a big call by the home plate umpire there. Here's the 1-2 home. Outside and low, 2 balls with 2 strikes. How does a bad call like that affect the game moving forward?
A bad call can really affect the morale of the team. I mean, one bad call can really make them all angry, and that can really upset their game, upset their confidence streak, if you could say that. What do you think?
Full count now. That one's outside, and the confidence, the way that the players are going to react can all be affected in the way that the umpire calls a game. The full count pitch home is high, ball 4. Runners at the corners now with 1 gone, and that will bring along the freshman Sebastian. He rounded first, though, going to second as a pitcher will pay attention. A run will score, and it is a tie game here. I looked down for a second, and I should know better not to. When you have Coach TJ down there, as I coached with him last season, and that is something that he will do all the time, and that was kind of my thing down at first base. I would tell him when to do it, but looking down for a second, and he's the play that he came up with last year pretty much gave me the freedom to tell him when to go. And there'll be times like this when you're down with a runner at third and you now have a tie ball game at 2. So all tied up here. Sebastian, base is empty with 2 gone. The first pitch to him is a called strike. It's 0-1. That play, though, guys, does not work always against some of these smarter teams that are a little bit more observant in the outfield. The 0-1 is swung on and missed there. It's 0-2. Sebastian a little off balance there as Coach TJ is going to have him pull his hands in and really get himself back into the game. And swing and a miss and struck him out. So we are going to go to the top of the 4th inning, and it's a tie ball game at 2. Top of the 4th inning, Jake Stout is going to be the new pitcher for Conwell Egan. Stout batted, or not batted, but had ERA of 2.28 last season and 15.1 innings pitched. He allowed 5 earned runs, 11 walks with 23 strikeouts. Here in the 4th and the 5th inning, Slifka will take over behind the mic for play-by-play. The opposition against Stout last season, who's a junior this year, had an on-base percentage of .304. Stout, another player who at times has trouble commanding the ball, but what he's able to do is calm himself down normally. There is times that he becomes a little frustrated, and it will show early on.
Here with the opening pitch of the first inning is Jake Stout pitching against number 27, and that first pitch is a strike. Now that's a good strike here for Jake Stout as he starts off his pitching. Next pitch, he winds up, slings the ball, and that is a second strike call, an 0-2 count. Now, Brendan, how do you think that Jake Stout is going to affect this game as we know it is tied?
I mean, switching out the pitcher mid-game can always help. Maybe the first pitcher's getting tired. Jake Stout looks brand new, fresh, and just ready to play, in my opinion.
Yes, we can, as his third ball comes, and that is a strike 3. Here's number 20 for Neshaminy High School. He's getting ready and fires the ball, and that is a strike. Now, that is his 4th strike in a row. He's coming and firing this ball fast and hard and hoping to get out of this inning. Here comes his 5th pitch of the day, and that is another strike. Oh, 2 count here as he fires again and gets another strike. That is his 2nd strikeout of the day. 2 pitches, 2 strikeouts. Here I believe number 6 for Neshaminy. And the ball is high for Stout's first ball of the day. Another ball fires, and that is a strike. This is a right-on-right pitch and hitter matchup. He fires, and it is a fly ball. Dane Alsterberry hoping to catch it, but it goes out of the fences and cannot be caught. One and 2 count here as he fires, and that is low and away for ball 2. Fires, and that is outside for a full count. 3-2.
And even with the full count here, we see Jake Stout on the mound, really coming out strong and possibly, allowing the Eagles to build a little bit of confidence before they come back out, as that one is going to hit them there.
That is the first person he put on base today, and that is a walk. He hit the batter. Here's Neshaminy putting on their pinch hitter number 28 for number 6.
We'll see either a catcher or a pitcher out there as they'll pitch run for them here in high school baseball.
That is a high pitch first out, and that is a 1-0 count. Number 15 for Neshaminy batting here. As number 15 swings on the ball, connects. Stout bobbles the ball, clean throw, and that is an out. Great way to get out of this inning. He had a phenomenal inning with only one person on base, no errors, and I believe it was 2 strikeouts. We'll be right back. Neshaminy sticking with the same strategy as Conwell Egan as bringing a new pitcher in here as he fires one, and that is a strike.
Edwards, who was hit by a pitch his last time around, is looking to get something started for Egan as it's all tied at 2.
And that is a tip ball, strike 2. 0-2 count. This is a lefty hitter on a righty pitcher here. And he fires the ball, and that is outside for ball 1.
It's very important for the Eagles here to make these Neshaminy pitchers throw a lot of pitches. In doing so, they're going to be able to tire them out more and get themselves back on top of this ball game.
That is a check swing here for Paul.
And he swings and misses there for the first out here, and that'll bring along Chase Yost.
Now Chase is their designated hitter here this evening, as he did not get a hit last time, as I believe he struck out. Chase looking to get his first hit here as he swings, and it goes right over the shortstop's head for a single. Great hit there by Chase to put Conwell Egan in good position.
And if Chase Yost wants to win a starting position here on this Conwell Egan team this season, those are the things that he needs to do. He needs to put the ball in play. He needs to make the plays in the field. And he needs to be consistent and engaging. There was times last year where he was consistent with his performance and doing well, but his engagement is what got him removed from that starting lineup.
Certainly here as this ball goes down and call for ball 1. 1-0 count. Ball's thrown here, and that is a 2-0 count for Conwell Egan. Third pitch here gets thrown and get called strike.
Kyle Norberg, he was on base his last time through. He really needs to find a way to move Yost in the scoring position and attempt to take the lead rather for the first time in the ball game.
Ball gets hit, foul, and the count will stay. The count will move to 2-2. Looks like Neshaminy's pitcher is waving off a signal as he accepts that one, throws the ball, and that is called a ball. 3-2 full count here for Neshaminy pitcher.
So he walks there, and that'll bring along the freshman O'Brien. So look at O'Brien, brand new kid on the team. He reached on a fielder's choice his last time around. Brendan, how important is it for you as a freshman to make an impact early?
I think it's important for you to make an impact so the coaches know who you are, so you can have a better chance at getting a better spot, and maybe, if you're lucky enough, making the varsity team.
Yeah, certainly making the varsity team as a freshman could have been great, but he could do it as a sophomore if he shows what he's really made of. Soon, he could. Ball gets thrown here.
That's 2-0. That first one was outside. That one looked like it may have clipped the jersey just a little, which would have awarded O'Brien first base. But as a freshman, you're not really aware of trying to sell it at this point.
That is called a strike for his first strike with this new pitcher Neshaminy put in. There's a 2-1 count here as O'Brien swings that one and misses for his second strike.
So you look at that, and that latest pitch that was a called strike seemed to be a little bit more off the plate. So instead of a 3-1 count here, we now have a 2-2 count. And that changes this whole dynamic of the at-bat. So a throw down the first behind the runner allows Chase Yost to move up to third. So his runners at the corners now with
Chase
one gone.
Chase Yost is in scoring position here, as I believe that was Norback who almost got caught but did not, and got back to first base in time for the safe call. And here's a freshman, O'Brien, as there's only 2 freshmen on the starting lineup, Sebastian and O'Brien.
Full count here. He's really going to tighten it up.
Fires and gets a safe prize. And he was safe at second, but got out at first base, as that brings in the next hitter for Conwell Egan.
That allows a run to score here. So that will allow Conwell Egan to take the lead. It's 3-2.
This is Conwell Egan's first lead of this game. And it's good because it puts them in great position for the rest of this game, as Chase Dima is hoping to extend this lead with there is a scorer in position. Norback. Chase hits the ball to the shortstop and gets the out call. That retires the inning as it is 3-2 Conwell Egan. Conwell Egan kept Jake Stout in here, as he had a pretty good 4th inning. It is now the top of the 5th. Only 2 more innings to go for Neshaminy to take the lead, or Conwell Egan to hold on to the lead or extend it. I realized something about a player, and that player was Dane Austenberry. He's really has great communication with his pitcher, putting optimism on them, and just being great overall, giving them putting them in a good mindset. And I think that's a great. If I was a pitcher, I would love to have that as my catcher, because I feel like I'm always being upped and always seeing the good side of things. Other than that, Jake Stout is coming in as only 1 person got on the base last time because he hit the batter, hoping to let 0 people on the base, as he winds up and the ball's hit right to Stout, as Stout makes the easy throw to first baseman for the first out of the game. That was number 7 that got that out for Neshaminy.
1-3 on a put out and a easy put out there for Egan and something that they needed to build themselves up a little bit after regaining the lead last inning.
Fires high and away for ball one. 1-0 for this count. On deck here is number 4 for Neshaminy. Jake fires, and that is called a strike. I thought that was a pretty high pitch, but I guess the umpire thought differently.
A little bit of a makeup call there from earlier with the 1-1 count now.
Here's number 27. He swings on Jake's out pitch and called for a strike. There's a 1-2 count here. Stout hoping to strike him out here for his third strikeout of the day. And he does not. And that puts the count 2-2. Three and 2 ball game here as Stout fires that and gets the strike 3 call for his third strikeout of the game. Stout is pitching phenomenal.
So 2 quick outs here, and you look at if you're in the Neshaminy right now, you're kind of questioning what's happening. You had all the momentum early on. You now have 2 quick outs here in the latter part of the game, and a game that's starting to move a lot faster. It's only 10 after 5 right now, and we're already in that 5th inning. Something that we probably really didn't expect at this current moment.
Stout fires high, and that is called for a ball.
That's very important for you as a catcher to hold on to those pitches because that one was right there by the letters. But when that ball goes in and out of the glove like that, it's hard for that umpire to see behind home plate, and it's going to be immediately called a ball all the time.
Is another pitch by Stout, and number 4 strikes, swings and strikes. On the mound here is number 7 for Neshaminy, hoping to do something and bring their energy back. Stout fires, and that is ball. Stout fires again high, but that got swung and missed. The count is 2-2 here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stout fires low and at the batter's feet. That is a ball. 3-2 here. Stout was in the floor and hoping to get through. Fires down the middle. Strike 3. Stout is pitching very confidently. He's pitching fast, pitching strong, pitching hard. He really put Conwell back into this game, made up for Kane's mistakes early on. Still 3-2 here at the bottom of the 5th inning. Neshaminy's keeping the same pitcher that they had last inning as Conwell Egan restarts their count as Freitag hits for the third time today. The pitcher want am I in? Yeah. Conlev hits the ball deep, kind of right middle field. The pitcher.
Little technical difficulties up here in the booth as we lost internet connection for a second. Freitag flew out the left. Laverty now the center. So 2 gone here. Score remains the same. It's 3-2. Here's Alstonberry now.
Osterberry winds his bat up. Ooh. As that is a high ball for ball 1. Winds up fast down the middle for a tip ball. 1-1 count. Dan Osterberry is the catcher I was talking about that brings up his teammates when they feel down. Let's see if his teammates could do the same as he just had got 1 strike. That is a very low ball into the dirt for ball 2. Ball turn. Strike there. 3-1, I believe the count is. That last inning for Neshaminy was probably the fastest inning in this game. There's 3 right away outs, which is rare to do in baseball. That is ball 4 as Dan Osterberry walks. Marriott here hoping to get Osterberry into scoring position. They try to pick Osterberry off, but they do not succeed. Osterberry does not care because he still is taking a lead off the bag. And he steals. Ball gets foul tipped right back at us again. Osterberry tried to steal there. He did, but the ball got fouled. So he has to jog back to first base. Ball thrown here low and away for ball 1. 1-1 count here for Garia. Ethan high on the bat. Fires. Dane stole again. Low ball turned by the catcher for a safe call. Now Dane Alsberg is in scoring position here as Conwell Egan has 2 outs in this inning. That was outside for ball 2. Dane steals once again. Strikeout third. That was an error. Catcher could not hold on to the ball as he tried to pick off Dane.
That's Andy.
My apologies. That was not Dane running the bases. They had a pinch hitter for him. That was Dalton Johnson. What?
Back here, it's top of the 6th inning here at Conwell Egan High School, and it is Conwell Egan leading this game right now, 3-2. We are gonna go to the number 2 hitter right now for Neshaminy High School as they trail right now by 1. They had that early momentum in the beginning of the game, but it has since swung the other way here. Jake Stout still out there on the mound for Conwell Egan. Here's the windup of the pitch home. It's a ball that's going to miss outside and low. It's 1-0. Here's the windup of the pitch. It's a high fly ball in the center field. Freitag's moving over. He's under it and makes the grab for the first out of the game. The first out of the inning here, and that's one gone. So we looked at Chris Kane. We look now at Jake Stout. How do you think both of them fared this afternoon?
Honestly, that Jake Stout, he seems much more focused on the game. He seems like he definitely practiced during the off season. With Chris Kane, it was a little rusty as he seemed. But I look forward to seeing more of both of them later in the season.
And I think for all of us, right, you go out there, you get a little rusty. It's trying things out for the first time this season on a scrimmage game, just like for us, right? We're trying this out the first time that we're outside. And a lot of discussions up here in between innings is that it's most likely going to turn into a all radio broadcast for baseball. as broadcast been thrown off a little bit with some of the technical issues here, but we're getting to learn it. So it's definitely a work in progress, I think, for everybody, as we have a check swing attempt there for a called strike. It's 0-1. Because something that we definitely talked about coming into the spring and have worked on the past couple of weeks was that we didn't want this to be a one-camera broadcast, as a breaking ball misses high and in. And right now, that's where we're at. We're at that one-camera broadcast, as unfortunately, right now, only the camera behind the plate seems to be working, and this was really our first attempt to try things out, as that one makes its way out on the outside corner for a called strike. It's 1-2. The season continues. You'll see us adapt things a little bit more as another pitch, as that one's off the plate there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cranking and firing home is stout. That one fouled and out of play. Catman's 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Two delivery. High fly ball into right field. And not able to see it there, but makes up for it and under it and makes the grab. Originally not seeing a ball, that one was blocked in the sun. And now it is a second out here. Here's the windup of the pitch. Swung on and miss there. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count. One strike delivery. Outside, says home plate umpire. It's 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to count. The 1-1 delivery is fouled away. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. One, 2 home. Strike 3 call. That one seemed to be high, but that is how we'll end the inning. 1-2-3 goes to Neshaminy for the first time this afternoon. We are headed to the bottom of the 6th inning with Egan up by 1. We are back here. It is the bottom of the 6th inning. It is Sebastian to the plate now. Here's the windup and a pitch to him. It's high. It's 1-0. The Eagles come into this inning leading right now 3-2 after trailing 2-0 most of the game. Here's the windup on the 1-0. Inside, it's 2 balls and no strikes now. Sebastian, a young player looking to develop here at the high school level. Cranking and firing a 2-0 home. It is outside. It's 3 balls and no strikes. Sebastian struck out and lined out in his 2 at-bats today.
It looks like he learned from striking out because he hasn't swung at a pitch yet, as it is a 3-0 count.
At 2-3-0 is low, ball 4. He flips the bat to the side, and that'll bring along now Cullen Edwards. Edwards was hit by a pitch and struck out. I'm going to have time called here, and it appears that we will have a pitching change. And we will. So with that pitching change, I'm going to take a break here on your Eagle Eye Network. Our pitching change complete, and we're ready to get the game back on the way. Sebastian on first after the walk. Edwards in after a strikeout and a hit by a pitch. He struck out back in the 4th. A glance at first. Coming set on the mound is Neshaminy. They fired the first pitch home. It's a called strike on the inside corner. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike here. Another glance at first base. Sebastian loses his footing there a little bit as he got off the bank. Here's the pitch. It's a ground ball softly to the right side. The second baseman scoops, goes for the tag, and everyone is safe as he did not have the ball. He tried to frame it, and runners are safe at both first and second, and we'll leave it alone now. It's probably going to be an E4. Well, for the moment, we'll leave it off the bulk. That brings along Chase Yost. Yost had a hit his last time around. He also came around to score. He has runners at first and second, looking to make more damage here for the Eagles. Here's the pitch. It's outside and low. 1 ball, no strikes. One ball, 2 strikes to count now. Glance at second. 1-2 home. Outside corner, apparently 1-1. That one appeared to really be down and low. One delivery. Check swing. He didn't go. Count moves to 2 balls and a strike.
As we have a runner in scoring position here at second base, as Chase Yost hopes to bring them in for a 4-2 lead.
That
And
one lined into right field. The right fielder's under, makes the grab. It was misread there by the fielders, and out at second is Sebastian. So Sebastian doubled up there on a misread play. Out of the inning. Here's Danny Freitag now. No, sorry, here's Colin Norbick, rather. Norbick walked his last time through.
to me, that hit by Chase looked really good. It sounded good, but it just went right to the left.
This one hit in right field again. This one more towards the gap. He's under. It makes the grab out, number 3. So we go to the top of the 7th inning. Can the Eagles hold on to their lead? If they do, we'll end it in 6.5. We'll take a quick break here on your Eagle Eye Network. Back here, it is the top of the 7th inning. It is number 27 leading it off here. Neshaminy down by 1. Egan looking to take their first win of the season as Colin Norbick makes his way onto the mound. So Jake Stout's night is over. Chris Kane, he had an okay performance. He came into his groove a little bit later in the game as his pitching. And Jake Stout looks solid out there on the mound. Their first pitch from Norbick's in there for a called strike at 0-1. So a solid performance overall by the first 2 pitchers for Conwell Egan. Here's the windup and a pitch from Jimmy Wright, rather. It's grounded down the third base line. It's a foul ball. Jimmy Wright out there, not Colin Norbick. We apologize. We had the wrong name submitted upstairs to us. One ball, one strike to count here. I was correct. 0-2. I apologize. Coming set on the mound is Wright. Here's the 2-strike pitch home. Is tapped slowly right to the left of the mound. Wright has it, takes his time, fires the first. And they're going to call it a foul ball back at the plate. So Jimmy Wright taking his time there knowing that it was a foul ball. So count remains no balls and 2 strikes, and they'll bring him back to do it again. Runner coming back, telling the home plate umpire he thought he was going to get away with it, and the home plate umpire said, "I know you did." So it is 0-2. That one was fouled out the plate. Here's the pitch home. Breaking ball that just misses upstairs. It's a ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 delivery. Grounded to third. This one's fair and off the glove and in the left field there. A hard to hit ball that should go down as a hit. And Neshaminy has a lead off runner here. Steve, how do you keep the rest of the runners off the base right now?
To keep the rest of the runners off the base, you got to pitch a good game, a good inning. Not even a good game. It's the 7th inning. He has pressure on him to end this game. He needs 3 outs, as we have 0 right now, I believe. We just need to be consistent.
Here to pitch home. It's fouled at the plate. It's 0-1. No balls, a 1 strike to count here. Glance at first. Coming set there is right. The 1 strike offering is just outside, 1-1. Coming set on the mound is right. Here's the pitch. Outside, 2 balls and a strike now. Right, having a little trouble on the follow through on his pitches. Cranks and fires does right. It's a high fly ball to the right side. It's splitting the gap. Under it is Fry Tag. He calls it, makes the grab for the first out. What are you getting?
It's hard here to call a perfect game for the umpire when there is only one of them. He has to see the whole field coming from the right field, left field, third base, first base. It's hard to focus on everything. So it's reasonable if the not so right calls are here.
Ground ball to second. This could do it. He has it. He's not going to go to second. He fires on the first and gets the short out. So there's 2 gone now with a runner in scoring position. 1 out now. One out away from ending this ball game. Jimmy Wright coming set on the mound, glancing at second. Backing off there is Colin. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. Right walks it over, flips it to first in time. Out number 3. The Conwell Egan Eagles, they win this ball game, a final score of 3-2. Their first win of the season on the scrimmage. And there are plenty of more wins where that's come from. As always, we thank you for your support here on the Eagle Eye Network. We ask you, just as you did in the fall and the winter, to be patient as we get used to the outside setup and work out the different quirks. We'll be back live tomorrow as a softball will take a spot here on our network. That will most likely be a radio broadcast as we see them tomorrow. Thank you for joining us here on your Conwell Egan Network. I'm Dan Connor, or your Eagle Eye Network. I'm Dan Connor, joined by Steven Slivka, Brendan King, and our producers, Addison, Sophie, and Ava. Have a good night.